This is 8-3 notes. So there are two ways I'm going to teach you this. One way is called the FOIL method, which is this right here. Okay, you can ignore this vertical and this horizontal method. I'm just going to show you how to do it another way. It's called the box method. So let's go ahead and get started with the exercises. What you're doing is you are multiplying x plus 2 times x plus 3. So let me show you two ways. First way I'm going to show you is FOIL. This is how they teach it in the upper levels. You want to first do the x, okay, and then you want to multiply everything by this positive 2. Okay, so when you multiply first by the x, you're going to have x times x, and then you're going to have x times 3. And then with the red, you're going to have 2 times x plus 2 times 3. Okay, and so when we go ahead, we're going to simplify all this. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 3 is 6. And then you're going to combine your like terms. So you have x squared. 3 plus 2 is 5, so plus 5x plus 6. There's nothing else you can combine, so that's your final answer. Okay, another way you could do this is called the box method. So you want to go ahead and just draw a box. Okay, it doesn't matter which way you put these. If you put one on the top or one on the side, it doesn't matter. So I have x plus 2, so x plus 2, and x plus 3, so x plus 3. And we're going to go ahead and multiply this out. X times x is x squared, x times 2 is 2x, 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, you have these right here that you can combine. So your final answer here would be x squared. I'm going to combine these two in the middle, so 3 plus 2 is 5, so plus 5x plus 6. Alright, so it don't matter which way you want, which way you do it. Okay, you can use FOIL or the box. I'm going to do a couple of these for you. So here we go, number 2. So I'll go ahead and do the FOIL method. Okay, so FOIL, first do the x, then you do the negative 4. You're distributing it to everything inside. So you have x times x, and I'm just going to write this out, okay? X times x is x squared. X times that positive 1 is just 1x. Then you're going to distribute negative 4. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Combine your like terms, so you have x squared. 1 minus 4 is a negative 3, so negative 3x minus 4. Okay, and the other method is your box method. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my box. You have x minus 4 times x plus 1. X times x is x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. X times 1 is 1x. And 1 times negative 4 is just negative 4. And again, these right here both have x's in them, so I'm going to combine those. So my final answer is x squared. 1 minus 4 is a negative 3x minus 4. And again, you can always pause, rewind, all that stuff. Because like I said, I always have a limited amount of time to get these videos done. Okay, so again, we're going to FOIL first. So you're just distributing the x and then distribute the negative 6. So with the x, x times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is a negative 2x. Then with the negative 6 times x is just negative 6x. Negative 6 times negative 2 is a positive 12. Rewrite it combining like terms, so you have x squared minus 8x plus 12. And there's nothing else you can combine, so that's your final answer. And then the other way is your box method. Oops, that's purple. Keep my colors the same, so pink. There we go. Okay, is your box method. So draw your little box. X minus 6 and x minus 2. And we're going to distribute x times x is x squared. X times negative 6 is negative 6x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 6 is positive 12. And again, these right here just have an x in common, so we're going to combine them. So my final answer would be x squared. Negative 2 and negative 6 gives me negative 8x and a positive 12. So you can see, either method, you'll get the same answer. Alright, number 4. Okay, so again, scoot over just a little bit. We're going to start off with FOIL. So I'm going to FOIL the 3 in, I'm going to distribute that to everything, and then the negative 4. Alright, so 3n times 3n. 3 times 3 is 9. N times n is n squared. 3n times a negative 4 is, let me see. Sorry. 3 times 3 is 9. N times n is n squared. 3n times negative 4 is a negative 12n. And then we have negative 4 times 3n is a negative 12n. Negative 4 times negative 4 is a positive 16. Okay, combine your like terms. So I have this 9n squared. We have these n's right here. You have a total of negative 24 n's. And then you have a plus 16. Okay, and then the other method is your box method. Okay, so box method, you have 3n minus 4, 3n minus 4. Again, 3 times 3 is 9, n times n is n squared. 3 times negative 4 is a negative 12, and you have an n. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12, and you have an n. Negative 4 times negative 4 is a positive 16, and you can combine your n's that you have right here. So whenever you combine like terms, you have 9n squared, negative 24n, and a positive 16. Alright, number 5, same thing, we're going to FOIL. So it's first, outer, inner, and last. So first, you're going to do your 8m. So 8 times 8 is 64. N times m is n squared. 8 times 2 is 16, and you have your m. So that is your first and outer, and then you have your inner and the last. Negative 2 times 8 is negative 16, and you have an m. Negative 2 times positive 2 is a negative 4. And then you're going to combine like terms, so you have 64m squared. Positive 16, negative 16 cancel out, so that's just 0. And then you have that 0, so then you just have a minus 4, because these are a 0 pair. So 64m squared minus 4. And then again, I'm going to do the box method. And so for the box method, for those of you who prefer to the box, you have 8m minus 2, 8m plus 2. And again, same thing. 8 times 8 is 64. N times m is m squared. 8 times negative 2 is negative 16 with an m. 2 times 8 is 16, and you have your m. 2 times negative 2 is a negative 4. And again, these right here cancel out because you have positive 16 and negative 16. That's your 0 pair. So all you have left is 64m squared minus 4. Okay, let's see. I'm going to skip and just do a couple more. So we'll go ahead and go down to this last row. Okay, so number 10. Alright, so first we're going to FOIL. So you have the first part and the outer. So 5 times 4 is 20. M times m is m squared. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. M times n is just mn. Alright, and then with the red, negative 3n, we're doing the inner and the last. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. And then n times m is just your mn. Negative 3 times negative 2 is a positive 6. N times n is n squared. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and combine like terms. I have 20m squared. I have negative 10 of these mn's, negative 12 of these mn's, so that gives me a total of negative 22. Mn, and then you have plus 6n squared. Okay, and then we have the box method. Make my box a little bit bigger. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I have 5m minus 3n, and I have 4m minus 2n. Okay, so 4 times 5 is 20. M times m is m squared. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. M times n is just mn. Negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. N times m is just mn. And I put them in alphabetical order. That way it's easier to keep up with. Negative 2 times negative 3 is 6. N times n is n squared. And then combine like terms. Again, right here in the middle is the only thing that our like terms. So we have 20m squared. Negative 10, negative 12 is negative 22 mn. And then you have plus 6n squared. Move that over just a little bit. There you go. Okay. Number 11. Okay, so again, we're going to FOIL. So I have a times 2a, a times negative 5b. So you have 2a squared, negative 5ab, because I put it in alphabetical order. And then we have your inner and last. So then I have, keep that, negative 3 times 2 is negative 6ab. Negative 3 times negative 5 is a positive 15. B times b is b squared. And then we're going to combine our like terms. 2a squared is just 2a squared. I have negative 5ab and negative 6ab. That will give us negative 11ab plus 15b squared. Alright, and then for the box method, we have a minus 3b, and we have 2a minus 5b. 2 times 1 is 2, a times a is a squared. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, a times b is ab. Negative 5 times 1 is a negative 5, b times a is just ab. Negative 5 times negative 3 is 15, b times b is b squared. And again, right here in the diagonal are my like terms I need to combine. So we have a 2a squared, negative 5, negative 6 is negative 11ab, plus 15b squared. Okay, we'll do one more like this. So first we'll do the FOIL method. So we have 8x that we're going to distribute. 8 times 8 is 64. X times x is x squared. 8 times 5 is 40. And you just have that x. Okay, and then we have a negative 5 I'm going to distribute to everything. So I have negative 5 times 8 is negative 40. And don't forget the x. Negative 5 times positive 5 is a negative 25. And then I'm going to go ahead and simplify. So I have 64x squared. Okay, you have 40 positives and 40 negatives, so that's a 0 pair, so those are gone. So then just minus 25. And then I need to do the box method. Okay, so now we're going to do the box. Okay, so for box method, draw your box. We have 8x minus 5, and then we have 8x plus 5. 8 times 8 is 64. X times x is x squared. 8 times negative 5 is negative 40, and you have an x. 5 times 8 is a positive 40. Don't forget the x. 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. Again, what you have right here is what you want to combine. So we have 64x squared. Those x's cross out because that's your 0 pair, so minus 25. Okay, so that's the first half of the notes. Down here for the second half of the notes, it's pretty much the same thing as the first, except now we have a trinomial instead of a binomial. So we can still FOIL, it's just going to be a little bit longer. Okay, so when we FOIL, we're going to start here with the first one. We're going to go ahead and distribute to everything. So x times x squared is x cubed. X times negative 2x, you have negative 2x squared. X times 1 is just 1x. And then you're going to distribute the 2 to everything inside. 2 times x squared is a positive 2x squared. 2 times negative 2x, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, don't forget your x. 2 times 1 is 2. And then combine like terms. So I have x cubed, no other x cubes. I have this negative 2x squared and the positive 2x squared, so those cancel each other out. So those are gone. Then we have a positive x and a negative 4x. So we have negative 3x, and then we have a plus 2 hanging out back. Okay. If you decide to do the box method, okay, so box method, you still want 2 rows, but you want 2 rows, but you want 3 columns. So let's see if I can make this. We're gonna not have enough space. So there we go. So you have x plus 2, and you have x squared minus 2x plus 1. So x times x squared is x cubed. x times negative 2x is negative 2x squared. X times 1 is just x. 2 times x squared is 2x squared. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Don't forget the x. 2 times 1 is 2. And then again, your diagonals is what you can combine. So you have these x squareds right here, and you have your x's right here. So when we combine our like terms to get our final answer, we have an x cubed. The x squared is crossed out, so those are gone. Negative 4x and x give me negative 3x, and then you have a positive 2 hanging out. Okay, so if you look and compare your answers, you get the same thing. All right, let's skip number 2. Oh, I only have 8 problems. Okay, so let's go down here to number 4. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and FOIL first. So take 2t and multiply everything in here by 2t. 2 times 10 is 20. T times t squared is t cubed. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. T times t is t squared. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8, and you just have a t. Then you have a 1 that you have to distribute to everything, and it's a positive 1, so everything's going to stay the same. 10t squared minus 2t minus 4. And now we're going to combine like terms. 20t cubed, there's no other t cubes, so we're going to keep that there. Negative 4t squared and a 10t squared. Negative 4 plus 10 is 6, so plus 6t squared. Negative 8t and a negative 2t. Negative 8, negative 2 will give me negative 10t. And then you have a minus 4 hanging out by itself. Okay, for the box method, so box, right, we're just going to have a little bit of a longer box. 1, 2. So we have, let me zoom in a little bit. We have 2t plus 1 and 10t squared. 10t squared, was it minus 2t? Yep, minus 2t minus 4. Okay, so for your box method, we just multiply this out. 2 times 10 is 20. T times t squared is t cubed. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. T times t is t squared. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8, and then you have a t. And then multiplying everything by 1 keeps everything the same. Okay, so again, your diagonals right here are where you will combine your like terms. So we're going to go ahead and combine like terms, get a final answer. So you have 20t cubed. 10 and negative 4 gives me a positive 6t squared. Negative 2, negative 8, that gives me negative 10t. And then we have a minus 4. Alright, and your answers should come out to be the same, and ours do. Okay, number 5. So again, we're going to FOIL. So I'm going to distribute the 2a to everything. So we have, let's see, 2 times 2 is 4. A times a squared is a cubed. 2 times negative 8 is negative 16. A times a is a squared. 2 times 3 is 6, and you just have an a. Then you distribute the 4 to everything. 4 times 2 is 8, and you have an a squared. 4 times negative 8 is negative 32, and you have an a. 4 times 3 is 12, and there's no a's on that. Combining like terms is the last thing we have to do. I have 4a cubed. There's no other cubes. We have a negative 16a squared and a positive 8a squared. So negative 16 plus 8 is a negative 8a squared. We have a 6a and a negative 32a. So if you do 6 minus 32, it comes out to negative 26, and you have, those are a's. And then you just have this plus 12 hanging out by itself. Okay, if you choose to do the box method, you need a little bit longer. That's not pretty. A little bit longer box. 1, 2. Okay, so we have 2a plus 4. And we have 2a squared minus 8a plus 3. And so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in over here, and we're going to simplify. 2 times 2 is 4. A times a squared is a cubed. 2 times negative 8 is negative 16. A times a is a squared. 2 times 3 is 6, and you have an a. 4 times 2 is 8, you have an a squared. 4 times negative 8 is negative 32, and you have an a. 4 times 3 is 12. And again, your diagonals are your like terms that you can combine. So what we have here is 4a cubed. We have 8 minus 16, which is a negative 8a squared. Negative 32 and a positive 6 give us negative 26a. And then you have this plus 12 hanging out by itself. Alright, I'm going to do these last two and then call it good and be done. Okay, so number 7, first we're going to FOIL. So I have y squared that I'm going to distribute to all of this stuff. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is a long problem. Okay, so y squared that we're going to distribute to all this stuff. So let's start there. 1 times 2 is 2. Y squared, 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 times 7 is 7. Y squared and y, 2 plus 1 is 3. Then you have y squared and negative 4, just put those together. Okay. Then we're going to do the negative 5, y to everything. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Y and y squared, 1 plus 2 is 3. Negative 5 times 7 is negative 35. Y times y, 1 plus 1 is 2. Negative 5 times negative 4 is a positive 20. And then you have a y. Boy. Okay. Last one that we're going to do, we'll do green. You got to distribute this 3, positive 3 to everything. 3 times 2y squared, 3 times 2 is 6, and you just have a y squared. 3 times 7 is 21, and you just have a y. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and combine like terms. So first I'm looking at these y to the fourths. Okay, so you have a y to the fourth. There's nothing else in here that has a y to the fourth, so we just have 2y to the fourth. Okay, next one that we have is a y cubed. So here's a y cubed. Here's a y cubed. No other y cubes. So 7 minus 10 is a negative 3, y cubed. Okay, then we have a squared, and we have a squared, and we have a squared. So when I combine those, we have a negative 4 and a negative 35, and a, what was I, negative 4, negative 35, and a positive 6. So that will give us negative 33 y squared. Then the next one that I'm going to look at, I have a 20y. Well, I do not want to do that. Man. Now I got to fix this again. Okay, so plus, that was 20y. And what did I have highlighted? For my y squared, it says pink. So that's pink. Okay, there we go. Now let's try this again. So for my y's, I have 20 y's right here and 21 right there. So 20 plus 21 will give me 41 y's. And then hanging out there by itself is just that negative 12. So this is a very long answer. Okay. Now we're going to do it with your box method. I'm going to do it down here where I have more space. Okay. So for my box method, I don't even know what that is. Okay, box. We are going to have a really big box. So, because I need it 3 by 3. So I'm just make a really big box. Lots of space. Okay, so let's see what we have. We have y squared minus 5y plus 3. Y squared minus 5y plus 3. And we have 2y squared. So 2y squared plus 7y minus 4. Plus 7, plus 7y minus 4. Alright, here we go. 2 times 1 is 2. Y squared and y squared is y to the fourth. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Y squared and y is y cubed. 2 times 3 is 6, and you have a y squared. 7 times 1 is 7. Y and y squared is y cubed. 7 times negative 5 is negative 35. Y and y is y squared. 7 times 3 is 21, and you have a y. And the last one, you're just multiplying everything by negative 4. So negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 and negative 5 is a positive 20. Don't forget the y. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Okay, and again, your diagonals here are what we're going to combine. So here are the y cubes that I want to combine. Oh, I forgot my y squared on this one. Negative 4y squared. There we go. Okay, and then you have your y squares right here that we're going to combine. And then we have your y's that we're going to combine. So it's really nice when you have the box method because your diagonals are your like terms. Alright, so let's combine this. First you have this 2y to the 4th up there. Then my y cubed, 7 minus 10 is a negative 3, y cubed. Then we have the y's, which came out to negative 33 y squares. Sorry, that was the y squares. Then you have your y's, which would give you 41y. And then we have a minus 12 hanging out here at the very end. And that's your answer. And that should match. Yes, it does. It matches with what we got when we FOILed. Okay, I'm going to do one more like that. And then we are done. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to use FOIL. So I'm going to distribute this 3b squared to everything inside. So 3 times 2 is 6. B squared and b squared is b to the 4th. Because remember, when you multiply, you add your exponents. 3 times negative 3 is a negative 9. B squared times b is b cubed. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, and you just have a b squared. Okay, then I have a negative 2b I'm going to distribute to everything. Negative 2 times a positive 2 is a negative 4. B times b squared is b cubed. Negative 2 times negative 3 is a positive 6. B times b is b squared. Negative 2 times negative 4 is a positive 8, and you just have a b. And then the last thing that we have to do is distribute a positive 1. That keeps everything the same. So plus 2b squared minus 3b minus 4. And now we're going to combine like terms. So we have a 6b to the 4th, no other b to the 4ths. We have a b cubed here, a b cubed here. So when I combine those, negative 9, negative 4, it's negative 13, b cubed. The next thing that we have are squares, so negative 12b squared, 6b squared, and 2b squared. So negative 12 and 6, that would give you a negative 6. Negative 6 plus 8, no, sorry, negative 6 plus that 2 will give us a negative 4. So negative 4b squared. And then the next thing that we have this 8b and a minus 3b. So 8 minus 3 is 5, so plus 5b. And then we have a minus 4 hanging out in the back by itself. Okay, so now, see, I have some space. We'll do the box method. Okay, whoops. Let me move it down. Make a fairly good box. Okay. That's not the prettiest box, but it's okay. Alright, so we have 3b squared. So 3b squared minus 2b plus 1. 2b squared minus 3b minus 4. So if you notice, like it doesn't matter where you, which one you put on top and which one you put on the side for your trinomials, you'll get the same answer. 2 times 3 is 6. B squared, we multiply those, you add exponents, it gives you b to the 4th. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. 2 plus 1 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2, and you just have a b squared. Negative 3 times positive 3 is a negative 9. 1 plus 2 is 3. Negative 3 times negative 2 is 6. 1 plus 1 is 2. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3, and you have a b. Negative 4 times 3 is negative 12, and there's no variable on the negative 4 at all, so we're just going to multiply your numbers. Negative 4 times negative 2 is 8, and there's b. Negative 4 times 1 is a negative 4. And then again, if you look at your diagonals, you have your b cubes right here that you want to combine. You have your b squares right here that you want to combine. And you have your b's right here that you want to combine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and combine those to get a final answer. You have a 6b to the 4th power. When you combine your b cubes, you get negative 13b cubed. When you combine your b squares, you have negative 12 plus 6, which is a negative 6. Negative 6 plus 2 is a negative 4. So negative 4b squared. 8 minus 3 is 5, so plus 5b. And then you have a minus 4 that there's nothing to combine with. And that's your final answer. So if I zoom out to see 6b squared minus 13b cubed minus 4b squared plus 5b minus 4, our answers come out to be the same. Okay, so it doesn't matter which method you like to use, FOIL or box. I went ahead and worked all these out both ways so that you can see them. So if you have any questions just come see me.